go by the name Chuck. I'm Sichangu. When I first came and when I started talking to Shauna, I thought it was just Indian poets. I didn't know it was promoting young poets. But when she said strong words, I thought I'd stay. All right, these first two are one of the last I wrote. I wrote in Leavenworth. Leavenworth Prison. And I haven't read them or anything in a long time. I just grabbed them on the way out the door. But this one's called The Indian's Eyes. Born on a reservation, raised in the city streets, the look in the Indian's eyes tells of the trouble he meets. Coming from a culture of poverty, which has led him to lament and join lives of gangs or crime that grew to a culture of excitement. He lived life with daring ways while using drugs and alcohol. Thinking that he deserved better days, he set himself up for a fall. The loss of schooling and work, relationships failing one after another, fighting a growing feeling of hurt that could only be felt by a brother. Now, sitting behind the walls of prison, missing his family and friends, he takes a long, hard look at the reason of why he must now make amends. He knows to turn his life around, it is going to take spirituality. With both feet planted on the ground, he prays to God to be free. His months and years in confinement matured him in deep psychology. He knows that his new refinement put his mind as it should be. When positive meets negative and push comes to pull, he won't make any major decisions, so he don't end up feeling a fool. The argument will be procrastination. The alternative will be determination. Above all else, he will use wise discrimination, and he'll remember that it is his situation. This one's called The Chiefs. Sometimes things aren't what they seem, but this spiritual meeting was real. Some would call it a prison dream that was only meant to heal. The greatest war chief of the Sioux and the greatest peace chief of all time met together, and no one knew, but I was there, and it was fine. They were close to the same age, with many similarities to share. They were now each other's sage and wanted to show they cared. I was betrayed by one of my own, they each said to the other. The scars that they had shown made them seem like a brother. A soldier stabbed me in the back, the Indian told the bearded man. I died in a soldier's wooden shack. It was all a part of their plan. A soldier stabbed me in the side with a spear in his hand. A wooden cross is where I died. It was all a part of God's plan. I died so people could be free to pray and live righteously, they both said simultaneously, as they talked more of the great mystery. Jesus Christ's Spirit will never die, the Indian told his new brother. Crazy Horse Spirit need never cry, as they shook hands with one another. Okay, this is for anybody else that might be older than most of you here. It's called Age Gracefully. Age gracefully, such simple advice that rolls off the tongue so easily, a cliche made of ice. The wisdom is hidden, only experience can translate. Interpretation almost forbidden till time opens the gate. Then the understanding comes in waves of relief and pain, in the missing faces of chums in life's losses and gains. The mirror shows the truth that time tells your physical being, accepting the missing tooth that vanity wanted to cling. The gray hair and wrinkles are real, the grown children around you also, the small aches that you feel, as is the knowledge you call to. Understanding is slow and soothing. All is in God's hands. Accepting it without great brooding is what is done in all the land.